Good evening, everybody. I'm just going to make an adjustment, okay? Okay. So, this is the rest of that story. So, in 2011, into 2012, I started working at New York Life. I took the life and health insurance exam in Prometrics in Westbury. Prior to it, I got myself my criminal justice degree, associate's degree at Nassau Community College. I went to SUNY Buffalo to get my bachelor's degree in computer engineering. And then I found out that Cornell had a better program in computer engineering. So I was there. Then I took courses. When I was doing courses at Cornell, I want to reference something. I was in SUNY Buffalo, but I didn't stay in Cornell. I took like 2 or 3 semesters, and then I went to Princeton to take the bachelor's and master's, and then I went to Cornell University. So I really went to Princeton really first, prior to me going to SUNY Buffalo. I went to Nassau, SUNY Buffalo, Cornell for a little bit, to Princeton, back to Cornell, back to Harvard, back to the other schools, New York University, etc. I wanted to make sure, ladies and gentlemen, that I covered my bachelor's and master's degree, because most of these state or federal jobs, you have to have at least a bachelor's degree. Nowadays, they want you to now have a master's degree. Well, that's how I did it. So how I paid was through financial aid, the work-study program. I did stuff in the AmeriCorps. I did stuff referencing the Peace Corps, but I was not in the Peace Corps. So, yes, I have an IEP condition. IEP condition means I get testing accommodations. So when I took the LSAT exam, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a gist. Kim did show up at that exam. She was there. We exchanged words before that exam. She is not a happy camper. So I'm going to explain this. What I was told is this story. This is what Ryan and Adam told me. She was going to take the course, the LSAT, in California. She was going to take it there. But she found out that New York her mother had gotten a prearranged, or she got some sort of prearranged where she was able to take the exam and get the accommodations that she needed. There's nothing wrong with Kim. Everybody in the entire planet either has a learning disability or something related to it. It's not a HIPAA violation of me I can't talk about it's on the IEP. That's illegal. I can say and mention this. Everybody has versions of disabilities out there. Nobody is perfect. Okay? So don't shoot the messenger, Kim. Don't shoot the messenger. You're pissed off at me in square one. You tried testing me since childhood. You pushing me and, I hate you, John. I don't like you. You know, that type of stuff. So you challenged me when I was a lot younger. What difference does it make? You scored well. I'll give you an idea of my score. I'll give you a range, ladies and gentlemen. I did well on the LSAT exam because I studied. I did like very good on that exam. So usually if you aim for 160 or better, if you aim for 160, I think I got around 160. I think it was like, I think it was one. I think it was like one. Here, let me see. One. I think it was like one. I think it was like. Yeah, around there. I think I scored around 166. I think that was my score. And then when I took the bar exam, I scored around the same amount. I scored like an 88 or an 89 on the exam. Here, let me see. Bar exam. Bar exam scores here. And I'm, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to explain it. Yes. The uniform bar exam passing rate, it ranges from 260 to 280 up to 400. You know, you need to score, I think you need to score like a let's see. Passing score. 260 New York. In order to pass the New York State Bar exam, you must achieve at least a 266 out of 400. I think I got like a 280 or something around that. What was it? 280. Let me put this 280. I think I scored around there. I think I was around that range. Out of, I scored like a, what do you call it, 89. See. I scored what you call an 89. An 89 percentile. 266, so let's see. What is a 280? Oh, here it is. A 280, this is considerable a strong score. So that's what I scored. I think I scored about that. I scored like an 89%. 89 percentile. 89%. Yeah. Well, okay. Let me go back. So, I scored an 89 percentile. I know I scored over 280. I know I scored over the 280, which is the percentile. If you score, I think a 70, you have to score like a 70 or above to pass the exam. So I did, now this is something I do have to reference with that suit show. The only difference between me and that person on that show is I had to testify. Let me repeat that. John Gatchins on the Uncle John show, I ain't gonna lie to you. Mr. Spector and Mr. Gray had me testify about those exams. Because some of you guys cheated on those exams, and they know who it is. And that's something I'm going to have to bring up in my workers' comp case. Because, ladies and gentlemen, number one, you can't... John Zerka brought this up, and so did Mr. Tate's other relatives. You can't delete an exam. Secondly, you can't get rid of credits or anything like that because it's all referenced. So that's something that I will definitely explain in the workers' comp case. I had to take that exam and I had to testify about it because Michael Suvero even had me testify about it. Because you can't take an IEP because my IEP was attached. The IEP condition, just like Mr. Matt Cox brought up, all of that stuff can be stolen. ladies and gentlemen, I had a student ID in this other wallet. Not this wallet, but my past wallet I had. I had all of that, so I passed. And that's what I have to explain to you, Kim Kardashian. I took the exam. I passed. But the only thing is, Kim, you can't practice or do any of that stuff without me explaining that stuff. So that's what I have to say. This is a part 2 of that past episode. Of this past episode. You can't, when you study to become a priest and rabbi, you cannot lie under oath. So Michael Suvereau and Michael Cohen and Robert Cohen, all these people explained to me, you can't lie under oath. So that's why with not just me, with other workers' comp case, I do have to explain. You can't go into those buildings. You need to have proper ventilation. You aren't going to pass code. That's something that is explained in the Tanakh. It's safety. It's health and safety, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go into a building without first checking in with your boss. If your boss says to you, like in the fire department, police, it's not safe, the whole building's on fire, well, if they say don't go in, you just don't go in. You have to sit back. You have to wait till the fire goes out. Sometimes firefighters and volunteer or the FDNY, they can't go into the building. It's too dangerous. So that's something I want to bring up to you in this regards. If it's not safe, don't go into the building. Well, that's something I want to explain to you about that suit show. That suit show is about me and my friend Ryan. It's really based on both of us. Because Ryan, he had audio and visual skills where he could just memorize. He could just memorize this book. He could memorize this. My friend Ryan, my friend Peter, they can memorize books. I couldn't memorize books. I have to use a flashcard and go through hard work and determination. So that's what I have to say regarding this stuff, Kim. There's nothing wrong. So you have a learning disability. Whoop-de-doo. You took the test. You passed. You graduated. Congrats. I passed. I graduated. Now, the thing is that Mrs. Cohen and Alan brought up, Alan and some of those people brought up, you can't go back. I can't be retaking courses. They don't even, Mr. Milan Rada, with my Social Security case, even said this to me. He sent me to a person, and he even said, you can't go back to college. Once you're finished, you're finished. That's it. You just tell them in your case, your workers' comp, you had a Social Security, and Milan even said this. You have to tell them that you're in the school, and you have to testify about it. Just tell them, I spoke to the Social Security disability lawyer. And that's what he said to me, which is important to me. I talked to Mr. Rada, and you know what Mr. Rada's son said? He said the same thing. He said, just tell them in workers' comp, you had to take the exam twice. Your identity got stolen. You don't have any of your credentials. And the police, you just tell him, he was in the police department. So he represented, Mr. Rada represented cases. That's why I respect him. Mr. Rada said this to me. He was in the police department. He says, John, you just tell them in the workman's comp or etc. The police department and the FBI has to be contacted. And you need to know what you want the Social Security to know. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to do recently. Just leave a message. That's what Rocco has to do because I have a hedge fund license. So Kim, that's what I have to say. You do have to explain to those people. Because if you don't explain, you're going to look like an idiot in front of those people. And that's something if you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what you're doing and you're doing something that you don't know what you're doing, you're going to look like an idiot. And they're going to make fun of you because of it. That's one thing I did learn. They don't make fun of you because you don't know what you're doing. They make fun of you because you assume you know and you don't know. And when you assume you know and you don't know and you do something dumb or stupid like drugs, it's going to have an effect on you and your relatives and your kids. That's something that Martha Rogers and most of these nurses brought up to me. So take care, guys. Have a pleasant and wonderful day. Enjoy your day. Thank you. Goodbye.